Welcome again to the lecture Alternative Assessment. This is part 2. Welcome back.
It's working.
Okay.
That's it.
So this is the first kind. It's called
Self-record?
self-record keeping.
Yes.
So look at the 4 lines at the front.
Return to the previous slide.
The previous slide. You want the previous slide?
Previous one, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want from here?
Yes, it's good now. This is number 7 or what? Slide number 7?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Mohammed.
We are now moving to the next one.
So
Okay,
the
go.
form is, we're reviewing the forms of alternative assessment.
Yep.
Yes, assessment, peer feedback, portfolio, presentation, interview, and performance assessment. Okay.
So do you now see the new slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Self-record
So number
keeping.
1,
Yes.
it's called the self-record keeping. We have 4 lines, as you can see, the blue, the green, the yellow, and the red. Are we all familiar with these colors? And what are their references?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
for me, no.
The curricula in the junior, especially in the lower grades, KG1, KG2, Junior 1, 2, 3, and 4, and inshallah the next year, Junior 5, they are using these colors to assess the students. They are not giving marks. They are not giving grades. They are just giving these colors to the student. And in each exercise, the teacher just give the student a color. He's not giving him a word, but these colors have meanings. The red means that he is excellent and he is above the expectations. And number 2, the green, it means that he's very good and he's doing well. Number 3, the yellow, he is trying to get better. And the red means that, and it's not a negative word, but it means that he needs help. He needs help.
Improvement.
But we don't say that, and we don't say it to the child as it's a negative description. So this is number 1.
Yes.
The teacher in this kind of assessment gives the student these colors, or he can give them these stickers. Look at these stickers. The hand means that I understand my work. These thumbs, I understand most of my work. The hands up means that I need help, please. And this sticker means that I understand my work, and the happy face, and so on. Many of these stickers can be used, can be given to the student, and you can, as a teacher, you can make a wall chart on the
wall,
class,
yeah.
on the wall, and write all the names of the student. And after each exercise, the teacher himself can gives the students the criteria for the student to assess themselves.
Yeah, self-assessment.
So each student has these stickers, and he can say that according to this criteria, I am very good. According to this criteria, I am excellent. I need help. And he just puts a sticker to resemble his progress on the board. And in front of his name, there are many cells for today's section and the next one, and. So the student himself can look at these stickers at the end of the week or at the end of the month, that he is growing, or he is going down, or he is stable. So this is number 1, the self-record keeping. And of course, it's found in most of our, one of my colleagues, she was working in a STEM school for the higher grades. She said that they are using also these colors, these color-coded assessment, the yellow, blue, green, and red. Also, they have been used in the STEM schools. So in the junior, in KG and junior, and in the senior. Or you can use the stickers.
Okay, you can move ahead.
So number 2 is the portfolio. Can you use the chat box, please, to tell me what do you think of the portfolio can be, and it can hold what? If you are asking the student to make a portfolio, what can they put inside this portfolio? You can use the chat box.
Okay, I'm going to read.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Hannah said a collection of works. Okay, good.
Oh, very good. What kind of works?
Worksheets,
worksheets,
photographs, names, activities, their projects, their photos, sheets, projects, writing. Okay, we have drawings, activities, achievements, cards, script sheets, worksheets.
Can we use
Okay.
real things?
Okay, let's say diagrams. Yeah, new thing. Yeah, we have drawing, certificates. Okay, researchers. What do you mean by researchers? No realia. Somebody sorry, Miss Nora said realia. We have realia.
So let's read the definition, Mr. Adil. Let's read the definition of the portfolio and try to guess. And
Selection of students
is based on certain criteria. You are not just asking the student to collect anything based on certain criteria.
It's a purposeful collection that shows the students' effort, progress, and achievements in one or more areas.
Very good, very good.
Okay. So the definition.
So why the portfolio بقى? From this definition, why the portfolio? The portfolio provides a multiple ways of demonstrating competence. You are showing your progress. You are showing the progress. Each student is showing his progress. It can be by handwriting, it can be by using colors, by sticking pictures, and so on. So these are different ways of demonstrating. The student who cannot draw, he can collect a picture. Who can't afford to get a picture and so on, he can draw it. Okay, you can add some real things, but if they are any small things. Okay. Number two, they are flexible in that the content can be chosen to reflect the need of the students and the need of the course. The teacher himself can use it well to ask the student to meet the topic he is giving it. Because if you are not making this equation correctly, it will be difficult for the student to collect these things. So you have to balance it. You have to ask the student to get things which are relevant to their or handy. They can get to it through quickly. We said that we have multiple ways to demonstrate the competence. It's flexible, and it can be more accommodating to different learning styles. And we said it before, the auditory and the kinesthetic and the intrapersonal and the interpersonal and so on, and the visual. And of course that it can portray the process, not just the final product. Because if you are asking the student to make a portfolio, each class the student are giving or showing you their performance, and you are going to correct their mistakes and tell them to be on the right track. So it's ongoing assessment, not just the final project. And it will engage the student actively to participate actively in the learning process. Mr. Adil, is there anyone has raised his hand? I think there was one raising his hand.
Mr. Said Nasser. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Said.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for this nice lecture or meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I'm really happy to see Adil again, because we were friends in Edinburgh. I don't know if he still remembers me or not.
Mr. Adil has a memory of fish.
Oh, what?
And this is the most interesting part of this, I guess.
Okay, I see your picture. You have a Mr. Said. What a coincidence.
Again, Adil, I'm really happy to be with you and with Mr. Muhammad Saeed, I guess.
Me too.
Concerning the point that you have addressed in the meeting, do you think that we have to make it just a real portfolio that could be an portfolio?
We have the two. Today, the main course, it's about, or the main session is about the handmade portfolio. But of course, we can make the e-portfolio, the electronic one.
Yeah.
This the two kinds can be used.
By the way, Mr. Said, I have
Yes,
an portfolio for a
Have you
course.
finished it, Mr. Adil?
I finished the technology course and I submitted an portfolio.
How about
I'm
the
a
demo
student.
portfolio?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I have it in my wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So number
that's
one.
nice. Yeah.
Thanks, Mr.
Thank you so
Said.
much for that.
Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
the
Said.
participation, Mr.
You mentioned a
Said.
very good point. The paper.
You're welcome anytime.
Of course, the e-portfolio. What should be put in the portfolio?
Mm.
We can, the teacher can ask the student to put the learning outcomes, the criteria or the guidelines, the work samples, the pieces of writing and so on, the teacher's feedback, and the self-reflection. Again, the learning outcomes, criteria for guidelines, work samples, teacher's feedback, and self-reflection. These are different kinds of portfolio. يعني the showcase model, the cumulative model، وده اللي انا اعتمدت عليه اللي هو the cumulative model number 2. Descriptive ده يعني it tends more to describe things more than يعني showing progress, and evaluating models in which you are going to put مثلا solutions or different endings to the story, and you are commenting on the writer of the novel or so on. So you are evaluating, you are writing your own opinions. This is in the last one. So the showcase model, cumulative, descriptive, and evaluative. Number 3, we have, until now, we have said two kinds: the self-directed learning and the self-record keeping and performance assessment, and the portfolio. Number 3, the performance assessment, which which is the main part that contains interviews and demonstrations and presentations and demo and so on. When you ask the student to present a demo, you are now making a performance assessment. When you are interviewing a student, you are making a performance assessment.
Okay, well, Mr. Muhammad, we have some kind of assessment to our meeting. Ms. Sophia said, I'm spending a great time. Okay, what kind of assessment is it?
There is a Google form.
Okay, we have at the end of this, before the ending of this meeting, we have a form to fill in. And of course, we have a certificate of participation. And the meeting is recorded. Inshallah, will be sent to the email.
So the definition of the performance assessment, ده number 3. احنا خدنا 3 parts until now. قلنا اهوت the self record keeping اللي فيه stickers. Number 2 the portfolio. جميل. Number 3 the performance. جميل. The performance قصدي the performance definition بتاعه it's a dynamic process calling for students to be active participants who are learning while they are being assessed. When you are asking the student to present, now they are active participants.
Yeah.
يبقى the administration and presentation, they fall under the category of performance assessment.
Okay, sorry, before completing this, we have a hand raised. Ms. Rania, yes?
Go ahead.
Quickly, Ms. Rania. Okay, are you there, Ms. Rania? Okay, Mr. Muhammad, go ahead, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
So the cycle of the performance, any teacher of us, if he wants to conduct a performance assessment, we have to go through these 3 steps for this cycle. You cannot use it unless you can ask the student to do a task according to certain criteria. So number 1, don't give the student a task unless you have criteria in your hands. Number 1, you should do so and so and so. Sentence number 2 should be so and so and so. The last sentence should include so and so and so. So you are giving them criteria. This is number 1, which means the rubrics. Number 2, after you give them the task, you can ask them to perform. يعني I'm asking you to do كذا يا أولاد. Number 2, look at these criteria on the board or these rubrics and try to perform. And Inside this, the students can discuss or debate or role play. Number 3, the third part of the cycle, which is evaluating بقى الستودنت بيعملوا evaluation to each other at the end of the class. And the teacher himself can give them feedback. The teacher can give feedback, and the student themselves can give feedback to each
Please
other.
mute all, please. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself, please. Okay, Mr. Muhammad, mute all.
Yes. So this is the cycle. Again, the teacher gives a task and the criteria. That's number 1. The students perform, and after that students perform, there is a feedback and how well we have done this task. So this is the cycle. The last part is the peer feedback, which is the shoulder partner. Again, احنا اخذنا until now 4 parts. Number 1, the self record keeping بتاع الستيكرز، واللي الطالب بنفسه هو is going to stick things on the board and stickers. Number 2, the portfolio. Number 3, the performance اللي كان فيه demonstration or presentation. This is number 4, the peer feedback, and the students themselves can assess each other. So the learners, they can assess each other's work easily. We don't think that we can do this. Let's look at this process. The process that the peer assessment, it's totally different. But before we go to it, I'm asking you about anyone who has conducted the peer assessment in his class, and the floor, the ground is.
Sorry, Mr. Muhammad. Can you briefly explain the rubric in short?
The rubrics means that the criteria, the rules that you have to follow to get the final grade. For example, if I have written a sentence which has, for example, such as in the IELTS. In the IELTS, they give you a rubric for the writing. If you are going to get band 9, you must have, for example, transitional words. You must have not simple sentences. You should have complex and variety of different sentences. If you get band 8, you are going to use 1 grammar mistake or 2 grammar mistakes with مثلا compound sentences, and band 5 you are going to write مثلا so and so and so. فبيكتب لنا زي ما نقول the standard and the mark that you should have. These are the rubrics. To get 9, you should do so and so. To get 8, you should do so and so and so. These are the rubrics, and I must follow these rubrics. I was asking a question about any person, any teacher here who has used the peer assessment in his class. Mr. Said Nasser, I think, has raised his hand. Mr. Adel?
Yes, I did use the peer assessment process in my classes.
In Saudi Arabia?
No, I changed it. I've been in Bahrain now.
Bahrain.
Yes. What I is that me? No.
Mute them, Muhammad. Sorry. Mute all Mr. Muhammad except Mr. Said.
Mr. Said, I have asked you to unmute yourself now.
The who part. Yes, okay. What is okay, but how, according to the rubric that you will fix with your students. But who, what do you mean by who? Who will do the assessment, the peer assessment?
Yes.
That's what you mean? I'm going to
the topper students
in this process.
Yeah, I'm asking that. How about the levels of the student? Which 2 students are going to choose to perform this kind of assessment? The topper with the topper, or the topper with the lower, or the lower with the lower, or the lower.
This is the point. Yes, point that I want you to clarify.
The level. Yes. Sometimes And I have watched a video about
and which way it works well? Do you think that the toppers with the lower ones, or the peer? Because the word peer, of course, that means that they are the same level. Mostly,
think
I mean, if we are going to talk about the literal meaning of the word, it means that they are the same for the word peer. But the idea behind is that we do this activity or this kind of a process assessment in a way that helps the students to feel secured or safe or not to be
give them a chance to speak.
Yeah, that kind of that, yeah.
In a very famous video on the YouTube, I have watched it. It mentions that you may use older students with younger students.
Yeah, if it's possible.
If it's possible, of course, in the class.
Yeah.
You may use, for example, students in grade number 5 with students in grade number 2 or 3. They can help you. You can use them 4 or 5.
That's a good point, by the way. That's a good point.
It's a good point, and I really like it. As mentioned to the point that you have said, the teacher has to have a good eye on the students himself. He can keep an eye on the students who are shy, and the students who love to be with each other, and the student who may not feel shy to make any suitable pairs to push the process forward, not to give it back.
You mean it depends on the kind of personalities that you have in your class?
Yes, super, Mr. Saibu.
Well done. Thank you so much.
You're most
I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
So with what in this process starts with you have to know the written assignment. You have to listen to each other oral assignment. You have to give feedback on the content. This is number 1. You are just not giving them evaluation and so on. They must write or they must use oral language, because it's not pronounced like this. It's pronounced with kaza. No, the grammar point says so and so. The rubric says so and so. So this is number 1. It can be oral or it can be written. This is number 1. Of course, you can give feedback during the process. The peer.
Mr. Muhammad, sorry. We have some participation on the chat box about the same idea. Ms. Levine said topper and the lower too. Yeah. Ms. Farial said peer feedback allow communication, increase active learning. And Mr. Ahmed said the more different the levels are, the better. And Ms. Mona said top pupils with lower achievers. Okay.
But there must be a chemistry between them in order not to be a case or an anger.
Of course, the teacher should be the monitor here. Peers, Ms. Safa said the peers learn from each other easily. Okay. Yes, Mr. Muhammad, go ahead.
Okay. As for number 2, how to make the peer assessment effective? The teacher gives clear guidelines, as we said before. Any task to make the alternative assessment, عشان نربط دوت بقى بالمين part, any kind of alternative assessment, you must give guidelines first. You must give the criteria first. The student know what they are looking for. This is number 2. They are not just asking each other. They are doing it for a purpose. Number 3, they know how to give feedback. برضو ده according to the rubrics. برضو to conduct this peer feedback well, the teacher must give clear instructions. That's the number 1. This is the first rule. Because if the student don't know what is their role in this part, you are not doing anything. So the teacher's instructions must be clear, and they should meet the expectations of the student. And you are doing it in a kind of material that is suitable for their mind and suitable for their age. And the teacher has a job, of course, in this kind of peer assessment. He has to go between each pairs and moving and not just watching. He has a job. Okay. And number 4, the students know job. He's listening now, and after he's listening, he is checking the criteria, and he's giving back the next time to his student. So he knows what is his job exactly.
Yes, Mr. Muhammad, we have a participant who wanted to share us, Mr. Muhi or what? Muhi Amin. Okay, he said that I want to share. I don't have raise a hand icon.
Okay, go
Mr.
ahead. Go ahead.
Muhammad.
The stage is all yours.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Muhammad Amin.
Yeah, Muhammad Amin.
Go ahead.
So what's your idea, Mr. Muhammad?
I think the mic, it's not
doing.
oh.
He can unmute himself. So let's move on.
I think he's not yes. Mr. Shaban, please.
Muhammad Amin, I think.
Muhammad Amin.
Ready, Mr. Muhammad? Okay, let's move on, Mr. Muhammad.
Okay.
Move on.
So sorry. This is the last activity we are going to do in groups كده يعني try to choose any question from these groups. If you are doing a writing lesson for the upper intermediate student, which one of the four kinds of assessment you are going to choose for them? Number two, if you are doing a listening lesson for the beginner student, برضو which one you are going to use? If you are doing a reading lesson for kids, and if you are doing a grammar lesson for intermediate students. يعني choose any question you would like to participate in and tell me which one you are going to use the peer feedback, which one you are going to use the portfolio, which one you are going to use the self-record keeping, and which one you are going to use presentation or performance-based. Now you have a minute to think. Choose any question from these questions about skills and tell me. We have writing, listening, reading, and grammar. يلا يا جماعة, because of the time.
You would like to write in the chat, or you would like to?
No. I would like to listen to.
Listen to
your
us.
participation. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm ready if you can.
Okay, Mr. Al-Sayed.
Yes, I would like. I will choose group 2, listening lesson for beginners, students. Yeah, and it will be, I guess, self-record keeping.
Because the student
you would like
can
to
mark if they understood all the task.
Work every day, and they keep records for themselves to follow up, despite the fact that they are beginners, but they can do it, I guess.
Yes.
They are they yeah, I guess.
Okay, Miss Iman Said.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Iman.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Said.
I choose group number 1 for upper intermediate students. And I think peer feedback will be more effective in this activity. Also, the portfolio will be effective in this activity. Thank you.
Excellent. Of course, in the writing lesson, there are a variety of rules that you have to apply according to the organization and the grammar mistakes and kinds of sentences and so on. So it needs a student to be familiar with these. If the students are familiar with these rules, I think they will be good writers. Okay.
Mute, Mr.
Anyone would like to participate in 3 and 4?
Okay, Mr. Ahmed Radwan said group 1 peer feedback and group 3 is portfolio. Okay. Okay, Ms. Fatima said number 1 is peer assessment.
Okay, and because of our time.